Hello, I'm Kathy Ned with the Michigan Chronicle, and I'm here today with Lane Coleman, the founder and CEO of Strike Group and the first African American board chair of the DIA. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Kevin. How are you?
Great. As the first board chair of the DIA, I'm interested in hearing like some of the initiatives that you want to bring to the institution.
Well, first and foremost, we really want to get the word out that the institution is free to all citizens of the Tri-County area, that being Oakland, Macomb, and Wayne County. And what I'm finding out, a lot of people don't know that. In addition to it being entry being free, programming is free. So we provide bus service for the schools and kids in those communities. We pay for them to come to the museum. We provide transportation services for our seniors to come to the museum. And 95% of the activities that we have at the museum are provided free of charge.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't know that.
Oh, that's awesome. And why did you want to step up into this role and be kind of a steward?
Full confession, I never lobbied to do this. I got approached with the opportunity. Our last board chair, Gene Gargaro, had been the chair for 20 years. And Gene took us through some really tough times, bankruptcy, and along the way, all the other things that we had to maneuver. And he decided it was time for him to step down. And he approached me, and my first reaction was like, Gene, why would I want to do that? I'm a collector. I love art. I was involved with the DIA, but by no means, and I was on the board, by no means did I ever aspire to be the board chair. And so he approached me with another group, and they said, we think it's time, someone with your background, being involved with the community as you are, you'd be a good fit to do this. So I thought about it, talked to my wife, Lee, because she's a big part of this thing, right? Because I got a lot of moving parts in my life. So she helps. And so we agreed to do it.
Why do you think this is important for people of color to get involved with the DIA?
You know, art is a really interesting animal. It lives, it breathes. And what I try to explain to people, every time you look at a piece of art, and remember this, you'll see something different every time you see it. So coming to the museum or looking at a piece of art is one of the few places that no matter our religious beliefs, our political beliefs, our gender, where we went to school, where we're from, we can kind of agree to disagree, or we can combine our thoughts and really like it. So I'll give you an example. We can have 3 people walking around. You'll see the piece. I don't get it. I'll see the piece. I really like it. And the other person like, I just hate it. But we can have a conversation about it. Maybe I can change your mind, or maybe you start to see what I see. Or, you know what, Kathy, we're good. We're going to agree to disagree. Girl, let's go have lunch.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I think art is one of those places that you can really just enjoy what it is. And we try to keep the politics out.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. What about the youth? Are you going to do any special programs to get more youth into it?
Yes,
DIA?
yes. Like, I would like to talk a minute about Tiff Massey's exhibit.
Sure.
We budgeted, first of all, Tiff Massey was the first local artist that the DIA ever put these kind of resources behind. We gave her 4 galleries. We put in over $1 million, and we ran her exhibit for 1 year.
Wow.
We budgeted 60,000 people potentially to come visit us. When we closed it a couple of weeks ago, 225,000 people
That's great.
came to visit.
That's great.
that
And I'm
exhibit.
sure by the DIA putting that kind of resources behind her, that kind of interest, that has opened up opportunity for her in other places.
But I would probably say 20 to 30% of those people had never been to the DIA, and they live in Detroit.
Right, right.
They were just blown away. We try to refer to the DIA, I call it the people's house, because it is. You come have your wedding there. It is a great first date. Think about it. Kresge Court, you have a cup of coffee, just go look at some art. And you can find somebody that will show you around the galleries. The DIA, what people don't realize, is a lot of firsts. We're the first museum in the United States to own a Van Gogh and a Matisse.
Wow.
We're the first museum to establish a Department of African American Art. We're the first museum to have galleries designated to African American art. I mean, right here in the middle of the city. So it's easy for me to promote and sell the DIA.
That's good. I used to produce the Bal Africain. I did that for about 5 years.
That was incredible.
Yeah, and how's that go? When we were doing it, we brought Sidney Poitier in, Diane Carroll, a couple of them. How's that going now? The Bal Africain. I know it's a major event.
So it's interesting. We no longer do Bal Africain, but stay tuned. We have some rollouts coming. The first one I like to talk about, we're moving some galleries. So we're moving the contemporary and the African-American galleries to the front of the museum.
Okay.
They're going to reopen in October, and we're going to do something special for that. One of my objectives as my tenure as the board chair, we're going to raise $16 million to endow the African-American Gallery. So I'm working on that, and I want that to be my legacy.
Oh, awesome.
When I leave.
That's awesome.
But the new contemporary and African-American galleries are going to be a little unique. Let me explain. So we're going to show African-American art like Duncan, 1800s up until 1980. From 1980, all our collection of African-American art will go into contemporary, because African-American artists now don't want to be considered African-American artists. They want to be considered great artists.
Exactly.
So, but it'll transition right into it, and it'll be clear to really understand, the Kende Wileys and Mario Moore, some of our new up-and-coming artists that we have in our collection.
Wow.
So it's going to be incredible.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, girl. Is there any last thoughts you'd like to leave us with? I know you said you got to raise an incredible amount of money in order to make this happen.
Well, you know what? First of all, I want to thank you and Hiram and what you guys do for the community of the Chronicle. It's incredible. But in addition, please help us put the word out. Continue to come to the museum. It is a place for everyone, no matter nationality. Like I said, please come and visit us.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.